Achievements are weird. I want to talk about achievements today, because I want to talk about achievements today. It's a topic I don't see a lot of people give any thought, and that's a shame, because I have a few thoughts on this. I have too many thoughts. I am constantly thinking, and if I don't say them, I will explode. What's the definition for achievement anyways? The process of achieving something, something that has been achieved, the act of achieving or performing. These definitions are terrible. Wikipedia defines a video game achievement as being a digital reward that signifies a player's mastery of a specific task or challenge within a video game. Yeah, I think that describes them pretty well. Achievements are an extra collectible for a video game, usually rewarded for going above and beyond what's required. They often exist in a weird space where the actual game doesn't acknowledge them and exist purely on the platform the title was released on. Achievements are cool. Achievements are weird. Achievements are meaningless? What's the point of achievements? To do this topic justice, we should probably start at the beginning. Chapter 1. World War II. So before the 7th generation of consoles, video game achievements were not a concept. Back in the day, people played games for the fun of it, damn it! The only thing that constituted an achievement was getting to see the ending, because back then all games were badly designed and didn't save your progress. The only other thing worth being proud over is beating your high score and reaching number 1 on the leaderboards in an arcade-style game. Fast forward to the introduction of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. The 360 is, to my knowledge, the first home console to incorporate an achievement system on their platform. My 360 is dead though, so here's the Series S UI instead. Their execution here is functionally identical to how they work today. If you do something in a video game, beat a level, beat a boss, find something neat, do something neat, you may be rewarded with an achievement. I don't know how to make this sound interesting, but you get it, right? You know what these things are. You wouldn't have clicked on the video otherwise. I don't need to explain this. Why am I explaining it? What am I doing here? Each achievement has an associated point value, which gets added up and attached to your profile as a gamer score. What does your gamer score do? I'm glad you asked, my friend, because I'm still trying to figure that out. Gamer score is purely there for aesthetics. It's something to be attached to your profile so other people will know how much of an alpha gamer you truly are. Achievements were available to pretty much any game, physical, digital, Xbox Live titles, indies. If it's a video game, it gets achievements. Of course, I'm not a developer, so I'm not entirely sure how the process works. I don't know how it works for any platform, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam. Maybe one day if I ever actually finish any of my projects, I'll find out. Oh, and speaking of Steam, Steam is everybody's favorite online storefront, because the competition doesn't exist. Steam includes their own achievement system. It's had it since 2007, and, well, it works the same as the Xbox. There's no gamer score or points system associated, but in its place you get to see general statistics, like unlock percentages. For achievements where the percentage rate is below 10%, you even get this fun outline to tell you, good job. Lastly, PlayStation of course has their own achievement system, which they call trophies. Trophies come in different tiers, bronze, silver, and gold. Wow, just like real trophies. Each tier is obviously meant to be used as a gauge for difficulty. Bronze is easier than silver, which is easier than gold. This motif reaches its apex if you unlock every achievement, where you get a platinum trophy. I like the trophy analogy. It makes me want to be a gremlin and platinum every game on the PS5, which should be easy since the PS5 has no games. And for Nintendo, nothing. Nintendo is known for doing their own thing, ignoring whatever Sony and Microsoft does for the most part. This includes making an official achievement system for any of their systems. They just refuse to do anything of the sort. They'll do everything else, DLC, microtransactions, online subscription service, game streaming, but not achievements. Nope, this is where the line's drawn. Thanks, guys! I wish there was a good explanation for this, but I don't think Nintendo has ever officially stated why they don't do these. There are plenty of games on the Switch, both first party and not, which includes a built-in system, but a standardized one? Nah, don't need it. It also technically makes Switch ports ever so slightly inferior to other versions of games that are otherwise functionally identical, since you no longer receive a dopamine rush from seeing a funny little icon slide in on the screen. There are arguments on both sides whether Nintendo should or shouldn't have a system like Xbox and PlayStation, but to answer this, I need to ask the question I posed at the beginning. What's the point of these things? Okay, here's the thing. Achievements don't do anything. They are bragging rights. On most platforms, they can be displayed on a profile, so you can show them off to the rest of the world. The name Sony gives them, then, is very appropriate, because they are essentially just trophies. Most games hardly acknowledge their existence directly, and even for the games that do, they often exist in a menu to collect dust. From an objective viewpoint, they are pointless. Now, when viewed from that angle, you may now say, well, hold on there, Ivon. What about the experience? The achievements is only the destination. The real reward is the journey getting there. And to that I say, yeah, absolutely. But right now I am talking about that destination, and objectively speaking, these are just PNGs you get to stare at. So here's another angle to look at this from. Most games don't really need them. Achievements are usually tied to challenges or goals within their game, and for some titles, particularly story-based ones, there's not much of a place for them, or worse, they might even detract from the experience. Imagine playing a horror game like, say, Fear and Hunger, and you get an achievement pop up in the corner as some asshole cuts your legs off. There's a bit of a tonal dissonance there. Undertale is a pretty big example of a game that doesn't have achievements, not on Steam at least. Undertale plays a lot with the concept of choice and player control. The game does nudge you towards doing certain things, but ultimately you are in control of what you do, hence the lack of achievements. Undertale doesn't encourage you to see every little thing. And I think if there was a constant reminder of everything you have and haven't done, seen, or haven't seen on your Steam page, Undertale's themes wouldn't be as strong. Then again, half of the Undertale fandom only cares about Sans, so I guess it wouldn't really matter that much. All of this is to say, for some people, achievements are annoying. They can take you out of the experience, even if only for a moment. It can break your immersion and remind you that you're playing a video game. And frankly, a lot of people just don't care about completion. I certainly don't. I play things for the fun of it. Full completion is something for die-hard fans, not the average Joe who will play something once, get to the credits, and move on to something else. These, I believe, are the reasons why Nintendo doesn't have an achievement system. Also, they might just be lazy. With all of these points I made, and considering how I am indeed a Nintendo shill, you might expect me to say that I despise achievements with a burning passion, and how they detract and make the gaming experience worse overall. No, not at all. Truthfully, I actually love them. I love the fact that every game gets a little extra collectible on the side. Achievements are a lot like badges or pins to me. They're just fun to gawk at. That's really it, I just like looking at them. People love collecting things, it's a fact of life. My sister has a pin collection, for example, entire binders full of these things. Is this a gigantic waste of money? Oh, absolutely. But she actually paid off her college debt, so what do I know? Achievements even come with their own unique artwork to reinforce that connection. And you know what? Yeah, I do want to wear some of these as badges of honor. I did this, I earned this, I do want to brag about it a little bit. So yeah, achievements are cool. I still have some grievances. There is no standardized way in handling achievements, so every game has a different philosophy in handing them out. But there are some common patterns. There's a style of achievements that's very commonplace that I like to call progression achievements, named so because unlocking them requires progression in the game's main campaign. Essentially, participation trophies. I don't understand these ones, because you don't do anything special to unlock them. Oh, you're playing the game? Good job, sport! You're winner! I am so proud of you! Is it just a psychological trick or something? Is it so even if you do the bare minimum, you can at least look at these and feel a little proud? To me, it sort of devalues the idea of achievements a bit. I associate these as rewards you have to go out of your way to get. It's something that you've done that's outside of what's strictly necessary. Though it's not like the style is never warranted. Like, yeah, getting anywhere in Dark Souls should warrant a thumbs up from the developers, I've earned it. And for games where progression is more loose and you can do things out of order, then weirdly I feel like these make more sense. It serves more like a checklist of tasks in that situation, albeit only for your first playthrough. And if nothing else, you can use it as a way to gauge how much progress you've made in a game, so progression achievements are actually fine. Don't listen to me. Ignore me. Kill me. Strike me down. Right here and now. A common thing that most achievement systems have is the ability for developers to hide certain achievements from the player until you unlock it. I don't get this. I think the idea is to hide the achievements that can potentially spoil something that happens in the game, such as the ending, but at least for Steam and Xbox, you can just click on the achievement and reveal it anyways, and sometimes these aren't spoiling anything, they're just hidden to fuck with you. Agonizing remorse. What does this mean? Why did you hide this from me? What is your secrets? Sometimes the names and descriptions for achievements are really obtuse. Again, this might be done to avoid spoiling the player, but for some of these, again, I think they're fucking with me. Half of the time, I never figure out how to unlock them and just look it up online anyways. That might just be a me thing though. Point is, developers, please stop giving me your riddles 3. I just want to have the funny box checked. You know a minor nitpick I have? The fact that most achievements aren't built in the game themselves. And I get it, why would you? Game development's hard. But it does make these achievements feel a lot more disconnected from the game when I have to exit out of it to see what I actually have and haven't unlocked. It makes them feel like an afterthought, something that was added on at the last second. And this separation causes another quote-unquote problem. It means games that I've 100% completed are only sort of 100% completed. For example, I have a 100% save file of Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I've done everything there is to do and collected every reward, but I don't have every achievement. I have most of them, 78%, but that last 22% eludes me, because some of these require entire new playthroughs to unlock. And it feels weird, because yeah, I have my 100% save file right there, I have proof, you can see it, but in the eyes of the Xbox, nope, I'm not done yet. Also, as an aside, this game does actually list its achievements in-game, but I think I broke it. I have 29 out of 37 achievements unlocked according to my Xbox profile, but in the actual game it says I only have 11 unlocked. How does this happen? And in some ways, this is a feature, not a bug. It does mean there's always something new to work with whenever I boot up the game, even if I've technically seen everything already. But it is slightly demoralizing knowing that all of my efforts got me 3/4 of the way there, but that last 1/4 will still take another 15 hours to get. Actually, that's my biggest issue with achievements, when they feel like busy work. I am fine with achievements that are tied to progression. I'm fine with achievements that are unlocked simply by finding an Easter egg. I'm even fine with the achievements that require playing the game in an arbitrary manner to increase difficulty. I am not fine with the achievements that exist to waste your time. Let's use Inscryption as an example. Spoilers, by the way. Inscryption is one of my favorite indie games of all time. I have 36 out of 40 achievements. I didn't set out to 100% this game, I still haven't, but I did happen to get 90% of the way there because of my unhealthy obsession with the silly robot. So I figured, what the hell, those last 4 can't be too bad, right? And really, they aren't, but they will take a while. Of the ones I haven't unlocked, one is just a cute Easter egg, and the other 2 simply require doing some additional stuff in the game's side mode, Casey's mod. Bad Moon admittedly kind of feels like a time waster, but I don't personally mind it since it does kind of feel cool to pull off. The last one I have a bone to pick, because that would be Devil's Play. Deal over 666 damage in a single turn during Act 2 of Inscryption. There is an opponent in the game you can fight repeatedly who will never fight back, making this slightly easier. Once you have all the right cards, or buy Ouroboros, you can set up your combo and get this amount of damage. This isn't hard. This isn't even RNG. It's tedious as hell. Hell yeah, I know what I want to spend my weekend doing. Also, why only in Act 2? You can technically deal this amount of damage in any part of the game, but you need to be in Act 2 for it to count. It's another arbitrary element for this arbitrary achievement. This is why Inscryption is the worst video game of all time. In this video essay, I will... Another thing is how achievements are generally identical from console to console. The achievements in Hollow Knight on the Switch are the same as the achievements on Steam, but I did my near 100% playthrough of Hollow Knight on the Switch along with a Steel Soul run, while for Steam, the only thing I really did was complete the Pantheons. So like, I unlocked most of the achievements for this game, but they're split across different systems. Obviously there's no real solution to this, not that I'm expecting one, but it just annoys me personally, okay? This is about me, not you. No one cares about you. Suffer. Well, I ran out of script. I have nothing more to add. I think achievements are cool, and epic, and beautiful, and stupid, and bad, and evil. What was the point of all this? To make you think about an aspect of the video game experience many take for granted, or don't think about at all? No. I just wanted to talk.